this is where I sort of disagree with Coolio. I've not seen popcorn like this before. Hello everyone, hope you're well. Today we're doing another cookbook corner and it is the turn of the Coolio Cooking with Coolio Cookbook. Now, a very small story. I was supposed to do this cookbook a while ago, but on the day before, like in early hours of the morning, literally the day I was filming, I found out that he passed away. So I had to kind of put it on hold for now. And this cookbook is actually deceptively awesome. However, it's quite rude. So on the cookbook corner already, we've done like Ninja Turtles, we've done Bob's Burgers, and the Snoop Dogg one, which I thought would be rude, but compared to this, it's actually quite mild. There is actual swear words in many of the methods to these recipes. But as well as rap music, Coolio did actually like cooking, and there's a whole sort of biography on the back of his book, and he had like a catering business. I think he had a cooking show for a while. But the recipes inside are generally good. There's a little bit of random photography. It's nothing too crazy. It's just like a wedge in the middle. Look, there he is, cooking. Nice. That was my song. And every page, there's someone called Jarez, like with a hint. And I was like, oh, is that like Coolio's nickname? But I believe Jarez was actually the name of his manager. In fact, I didn't know that. I Googled it about half an hour ago. But let's not delve into this like too much. We try and keep it as family friendly as we can here on the channel, aside from some little innuendos, which many of you do get. Thanks very much. I do put some running jokes in there. But kids, I love you too. Simple. Here's a salad example, just a recipe. Simple ass mozzarella salad, or in brackets, mozzarella for the pimpish fella. Sometimes a rap song can be ruined by a little too much going on in the background. Sometimes a salad can be ruined by having too many contrasting flavours. I never thought I'd see a salad and a wrap together in the same paragraph. On top of being dependable, this salad is healthier than your mama's. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. Wow. Wow, okay. Anyhow, we are gonna do from here, I found this awesome recipe, popcorn steak. I'm gonna warn you right now, if you sit down in front of the TV and start eating my popcorn steak, you will literally finish every last bite before the commercial break. You better make a lot of it or your dining room is gonna look like rats fighting over the last piece of cheese. This is one of those dishes that disappears before the table even gets set. Awesome, okay, well it sounded amazing. There's a marinade in there as well, balsamic, and it doesn't give me a sauce, so we're gonna do our own balsamic glaze too. I've even got Phoebe doing some arts and crafts stuff. I've made some tweaks to the ingredients. Obviously we've got some steak cut into chunks, which we'll get, balsamic vinegar, beer or water. Now, I'm from the West Country. We do like beer here, obviously, but we have some cider in the house. So rather than beer and water, I'm gonna put some cider in there. It's only a little bit. And then, look, I don't know if you can see that. It literally says a 1 dime bag. Now, I don't want to go into that too much, whatever a 1 dime bag is, but I don't think it's something that you get from your pharmacy. So I think I'll leave it. I'm not even going to Google that, but I have a feeling that that's what that means, okay? Well, so that's some cider. And the balsamic vinegar, we're going to use some of this later as well on the glaze. Add in some salt, the pepper. Then it said seasoned salt. Now, I looked for that in the supermarket and found some steak seasoning, but that was like a little mix of herbs and stuff. So instead, I've just got another type of salt, one of my favourite ones. So if you want to smell that, have a smell. This is smoked salt, okay? So just a slightly different twist on it. I don't think Coolio will mind if we just put a different type of salt in, because this is the marinade that our steak goes in now. He will just push. Oh my gosh, that splashed everywhere. I am glad I used the bigger jug. I have just got enough room. But that looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Let's just get that wrapped a minute. No pun intended. This goes in the fridge. Coolio says, let that all sit together for about 15 minutes. You need to let your flavours coagulate, and then he literally swears yes. Like, it completely really caught me out. Obviously this is popcorn steak, and it's quite handy to have an arts and craft keen daughter here in the house today, Phoebe. She doesn't like being on camera right now, that's fine, but she has turned one of these into this, which will hopefully be on the thumbnail. Oh, and if you're interested, I just posted this on the Barry Lewis Discord. You guys have been asking me for years to do a Discord. I'm very new to it. I actually do get it. I have lots of behind the scenes chats and ideas and stuff. It's really, really fun. At the moment, it's just Patreon only. We've refreshed the Patreon tiers recently if you fancy checking those out. But I'm really loving it so far. So I was really scared of Discord, but just doing behind the scenes and leaving random voice notes is proving absolutely really, really fun indeed. It's actually my new hobby. Honestly, folks, I've been like looking through this book just to say, oh, let's maybe show you a couple more recipes, for example. But like, even no, that title there, they're just some of those really helped me out, this book. The recipes look really good, but it's not something that I'd want to sit down and do story time with the kids, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, let's make our balsamic dip. We've got Chloe, who wants to have some of this. You can have it. This is dairy free anyway. But she's got to make the sauce, right?
Yes, that's part of the deal.
Do you know what? If there was one person in my family that I would want to be at a pub quiz when it comes to music, it would be Chloe. But, do you know any Coolio songs?
No.
Right, bung it in there, the balsamic vinegar. Bit of salt, add some brown sugar, hopefully that'll take the edge off. Right, that's Worcester sauce, dunk that in, mate. This is Dijon mustard, nice little bit of a kick. Right, ketchup, I want most of that bottle in there, okay? Because we've got to counter. Oh my, excuse you. Oh, right, bit of pepper, mate. We'll do a garlic race, okay? So 2 garlic cloves, go.
I feel like a proper chef now.
Yeah, you definitely are. Chloe's into Fortnite at the moment, aren't you, mate?
Maybe.
She likes playing Fortnite. Plays it every 2 weeks. Way!
No.
Bad joke.
Oh.
Fortnite? Look at that bubbling away. Like a gentle jacuzzi. The smell of that is incredible. There's like a barbecue-y, tangy waft to it. And that is going to coat that popcorn steak, if we wish. Because Coolio suggests serving it with a steak sauce that you buy from the shop mixed with a little bit of soy. So I really wanted to push that balsamic just a little smidgen. Plus, actually, the marinade, although there's the raw meat in it, as long as you effectively bring it up to a boil to kill any bacteria, you could, I believe, I've never done that really, ever. You could reuse that, I think. In fact, if someone wants to clarify that for me in the comments, I would massively appreciate it, because in that case, we just omit this and just reuse the glaze and we'll all be done. Wow. That is quite thick, but it'll be even thicker once it cools. Right, so you see, for me, this is where I sort of disagree with Coolio. I'd quite like to have sat down and have a little bit of a discussion with them about this, because well, I've made popcorn chicken. Remember, that is a video here on the channel that I've done before, so check that out if you wish. The coating is much more seasoned. You have like sort of herbs and spices in there, of course, whereas this is just plain flour. So hopefully the marinade is doing its job for a bit of flavour. We've got the sauce anyway, but you could also use like corn flour as well to really get that Popeyes style puff on it like we've done before. So anyhow, we'll drain this off, which still looks all a bit crazy, and then we'll get it coated in the extremely exciting flour. We could even season it. Oh, let's season it, come on. Yeah, why not? I've got a spatula to coat this in a sec. I'm going to be quite dainty. I'm going to, quite unnecessarily, just stick a few cubes on like this. Oh yeah, that's just taking the moisture right out of it. So we're going to get the oil in tuck ready, and we'll dunk it and cook it as we go, replacing it just so it stays cloaked in that flour, because that is basically the popcornness. So it looks like some weird marshmallows. No, that is popcorn steak, baby. Fry it for between 5 to 7 minutes until the steak has a nice crispy brown coat. Little bit of interesting news. I've not seen popcorn like this before. It's been 7 minutes. I'm gonna have to let that cool down because there's a little bit of coating on there, but nowhere near as much as I thought. Can you see? Oh, there is a bit actually. Okay, yeah, it is generally okay. When it was in there, I was like, that's not coated. It's just like washed it off. But then I was looking at my oil, and actually, yeah, the oil is a little dirty. We'll just push it, we'll stick true to Coolio, okay? And I'll see you when I get there. Oh my gosh. Because it looks, when you first take it out, not popcorny at all. And then it sort of dries. It suddenly starts to appear. So we'll just let it appear. It smells great. I really hope this is worth it. Yeah, look how obliterated the pan is though. No! Oh my gosh. We're gonna need to clean you. Oh yes, but not yet. It did give this like bumpy, popcorny, kind of more like fried, it looks more like fried chicken than it does popcorn. It's definitely cool though. Like, it's clung on. And that's the main thing. I was really worried about that. Right, here we go, mate. Look at this. Look, let me just go. Look. That's like popcorn, right?
Oh
it looks a little bit like pork cubes.
Looks like popcorn chicken.
Does it?
But it's popcorn steak.
It is. Any good? Has the tang gone?
That sauce is nice.
Sauce is nice. Wasn't Coolio's though. Ooh, it's still got a little bit of zing and punch, hasn't it?
Yeah. The sauce is amazing.
There is a crunch on there. Once they actually like cool down, when they're still warm, the coating's still like quite, I don't know, like soggy. And once it kind of firms up, you do get that popcorn look on there. It's actually really nice. Oh, don't look at that. But what I have to say is this cookbook, just from that recipe alone, if you just like skim through the pages and don't get too offended by some of the things that are written, then I think genuinely you'll love it. I think it's actually fairly cheap. It's quite a, I mean, when I bought it before events, it was quite a bargain. So if you enjoyed this, why not check out the rest of the Cookbook Corner videos on the playlist, like the Snoop Dogg one. Like I say, there was a s'mores pie, which was phenomenal. Any cookbooks you've seen as well, get in touch and maybe send one to me and I'll send it back if you wish. I sourced this one on Amazon, it was like £5. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, perhaps consider sharing it, somebody you think might enjoy it, and subscribe if you wish for regular food fun. Thanks so much for the names on the screen right now for supporting me on Patreon and also being members of the Discord, which I mentioned about earlier, so if you fancy checking that out, and check out the video down below, which is randomly suggested by YouTube apparently. Nice one.